Here's the former Auburn kicker Daniel Carlson to get this one started. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he stopped immediately there. Mackenzie Alexander in on the tackle. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15.
Let's go. Let's finish now.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Flushed out right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Linval Joseph able to swamp him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. And they'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Well, as an offense, some drives you have it, some drives you don't. And this one looks like a you don't.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, it was 3rd and long. It was screaming for a pass. I think they tried to outguess him there with the running play. They didn't fool him at all.
Went in the wrong direction. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. First down throw for Cousins. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Randy Gregory able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A 1st down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen. Cousins on 1st down. Forced out to his left. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. And now it's 2nd down.
Was trying to extend the life of that play, wasn't he? Got out of the pocket, ended up scrambling off to his left, trying to find anyone open downfield to try and make a big-time play.
Thought he had an opening there for a second, but that window closed pretty quickly. On 2nd down, Cousins again. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the 1st quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward, incomplete pass. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll throw again. Cousins. He goes full extension, and he's got it. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
Well, that kind of catch is supposed to pay off with at least a 1st down, isn't it?
Instead, he'll just add it to his highlight reel, but they don't pick up the 3rd.
Yeah, he gets the yardage, he gets the catch, but now they have a decision to make.
A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Elliott. Finding room inside the 40. Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 51 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Minnesota coming back out here on offense, Charles. I want to ask you more about that Week 2 tie, though, that you called against them in Green Bay. What do you take away from that game long term?
Frustration for both sides because it was a tie. Both had their opportunities. But we're talking about Week 2, and we're just going to kind of overlook it, I think, at this time. It'll be interesting when we get around Week 13. Week 4.
Looking for his tight end, Rudolph, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick 6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visit. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And out now come the Vikings. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the gun, here's Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Steps away to his left. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. On 4th down, they do snap it to Cousins. Buying time to his left. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way.
46.
A 1st down throw for Prescott. This will be caught just inside the 10. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all.
We're going right there.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal.
Here we go. 4-8. Here we go. 47. 26.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. So stuffed from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
26.
They get it to him running left. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Here you go. Gun. 26.
Prescott on 3rd and goal. Rolling to his right. That's caught at the 3. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion. And what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Cousins finding Diggs on a big one. 46 yards. On 1st and 10, Cousins dancing to his left. This will be caught inside the 10. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A really good pickup of 28 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run for it with Cook. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
While there is no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity map to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. 3rd and goal for Cousins. And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. Great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. A CD switching gears for a second. After last year, 7 NFL head coaches were relieved of their duties. And in week 1 of this season, those 7 coaches went 0-7. They fared a little better, though, in week 2.
They certainly did. Finally got into the win column. 3 of those happened. 1 in Chicago, 1 in Tennessee, and 1 in Indianapolis. Finally getting off the schneid. The other guys trying to get it done in week 3.
Yeah, including John Gruden. Curious to see when he gets his first victory out west.
Here we go 47. Here we go 47. Here we go 47. 26.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target.
Swing to the field, right. To the right. Switch. Switch and X. Good. Coming to you. 26.
Prescott now from the 50. Over the middle, the connection to Hearns. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Hey, switch. go, kill. Here we go, 46. Here we go, 46. 26.
Prescott looks to throw on first. On the left side, he finds Beasley. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Prescott going to come up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game.
Hey, 47. Switch and 8. Switch and 8. Hey, switch. Here we go, 46. 26.
From the red zone now, Prescott drops it underneath to Elliott. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll bring up a second down.
Hey, switch. Here we go, 47. Gun. 26.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And he's got it. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And this one is right through. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw, Cousins. The left side caught by Diggs. And he's able to get this one up to the 45-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Cousins now to throw on first down. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. Then they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Off the play fake, Prescott. It's caught right side, it turns. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. Prescott going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 8 for 8 now, throwing the ball to start the game. A give to Elliott. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Here you go.
They go to Elliott again. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Here you go. Switch and A. Gun. 26.
Prescott. And that is incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
Let's go. Hey, receiver.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off Byron Jones. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
We're going to 54. Why? 26.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 46. 26.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. He finds his target, Terrence Williams. Touchdown, Cowboys! Terrence Williams, 43 yards. And the Cowboys turn that interception into a touchdown. Extra point splits the uprights, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And now out comes Minnesota. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. A first down throw for Cousins. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Cousins finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. To throw is Cousins. And complete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Back now in Arlington. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. They'll run for it. Cook. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. 1st down. Here's Cousins. Escaping the pressure right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. From the red zone now, Cousins. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Malik Collins. Able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown Vikings. Adam Thielen from 10 yards out. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. You're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will get them one closer. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Play action now. Prescott. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Everson Griffin. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
Gun. Switch and A.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And that's caught by Beasley. And he's going to be ripped down by the face mask at the end of this, and that's going to add 15 more onto the end of this thing. Tack on 15 more for the face mask, and that becomes a huge play.
Big pass gets caught on you. You're doing everything possible to get him on the ground, and sometimes you end up grabbing the face mask.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10.
3 down. Here we go. Wide in.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Again, it's Elliott. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. The tackle goes to Harrison Smith. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
The Cowboys on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. The give is to Elliott. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that lead will move from 20 up now to 23. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.